Pritchard Management Associates is located outside Cumberland, Maryland, which is basically in the middle of the Allegheny Mountains. I'm the owner of the company. I actually founded this company in 1998. So we've been around a while. We've been doing this for quite a bit. And my primary role is I'm the chief instructor. I am the person who actually is the face to the client. And what we do is we provide corporate training services to companies literally all over the globe. Most of our clients are Fortune 500. We are trying to get them trained and ready first in project management. And as a secondary aspect of that, we're actually trying to get people focused on the PMP, the Project Management Professionals exam. And because PMP prep is hot business, it basically means that people need a chance to practice. Most of what we're doing now was stuff that we would literally do on paper. We would actually have paper prep tests, paper exams that we would hand out to people and give them a chance to drill on the paper version of it. And their biggest complaint there was, yeah, but when I mark it up and I go to retake it, I can tell what answer I put down before. Doing it on paper was just completely non-viable. Plus, it didn't realistically reflect what they were going to experience when they sat for the real PMP exam. We were trying to solve the idea of how can we get practice tests out to our students without necessarily investing in large infrastructure. We didn't want to have it all on our servers in-house. We did not want to have something that actually required a lot of care and feeding, because a lot of the systems we looked at, people would say, you're only going to spend a couple of hours a week taking care of this system. And it's like, I don't have a couple of hours a week. Most of the LMS out there, most of the training services out there would let people come in and just kind of cycle through once and be done. And that was the last thing we wanted them to do. Instead, we harp on in our classes, you need to get back in there and you need to keep drilling on the practice tests. And that was one of the big appeals of your organization. Easy LMS actually goes a long way towards being able to reflect the real sit-down certification exam experience and affords people that time-limited, oh my gosh, I got to get this done in 20 minutes kind of thing. And that's an experience they need to have prior to sitting for the real McCoy. And the beauty of your organization was that it actually brought us to a point where there's virtually no maintenance. Yay. And the other side was that people could get in. They didn't have a lot of problems in terms of access. Another big problem we were seeing in some of the other LMS that we looked at. They didn't have the access problems, and we weren't being gouged for every student who we had to give access to. And I thought all of those together made you kind of the perfect solution. I should point out that in my earlier career, back in the early 1990s, yeah, that dates it quite a bit, I was the vice president of e-learning for a major international corporation. I actually built their e-learning infrastructure. I actually constructed it for them. And I, back in those days, built their LMS. So it's not like I'm just talking out one side of my hat. It is something that I actually have a lot of intimate familiarity with. And I know what Easy LMS has to put into all of this. And the fact that I get it for the price I get it for makes me a very happy man. Every year when we come up for renewal, I always do a little searching around just to see if there's anything else more appealing. And every year I circle back and it's like, what a waste of time. Just stay where I am. But I would recommend Easy LMS in a heartbeat. And the reason being is because I understand just what it takes to actually go out, find the right LMS and get it to work for you, and then pay the bills for it. And if it weren't for that last piece and then pay the bills for it, there are other competitors out there who can do what Easy LMS does. But I believe I'm a business owl. And as a business owl, I can say that I appreciate the fact that I am not being charged an arm and a leg. It is one time, one fee. My favorite part of the whole package is knowing that I've got And I don't recall the exact numbers, but I've got X thousand opportunities for my students to go in and hit the exams during the course of a month. Actually lines up very nicely with my long-term business goals. That means that I need to make sure that I can expand, grow, and have an infinite number of students coming in and pounding away on my exams. They've afforded me that ability. The other thing they did that was awfully nice is that I actually had a concern where I really, really wanted to be able to link out from the results that my students got from their exams to other content. I wanted to make sure that they could get out and reach out to other content. In my case, it happens to be audio. So the nice thing for me is I got some guidance on here's how you can structure your exam answers so that when a student gets the PDF of their exam results, they can actually then use that PDF to link out to outside content, which is stuff I need them to have.